Stephen A. Smith started this off by, like, the beef started off by him saying, like, why are you backing up Mikal Bridges? Mikal Bridges has been terrible for you guys. He needs to wake up. But he barely knows half the players on our team. And then Stephen A. Smith just like said a dumb thing back. I know the people that give you your money. When you leave from the Knicks and you're no longer a New York Knicks, I'll still be a Knicks fan. Let's be real. Everyone knows Josh Hart's right. Stephen A. Smith is a fake Knicks fan. The guy can't name half the players on the Knicks. And he acts like he knows everything just for views. All the things he says are for views. He's not real. He's fake. Welcome back to Inside the Arc. I'm your host, Matthew Geller, and the New York Knicks. Their winning streak is over. A 114 to 103 loss to the Charlotte Hornets, and honestly, this one was an utter disgrace because of how it happened. The Hornets would be led by their young rookie of the year, Con Knipple, and he looked like the best player out there from both sides, making three after three as he would make 6 threes for them. Everything you want to see was from him. Everything was good from him as he has a great future ahead of him. For the Knicks, it started strong. Jalen Brunson came out aggressive, setting the tone for your Knicks with 17 points in the first quarter just to keep these Knicks in this game early. And alongside him, OG Anunoby was the only other player that really showed up and gave the Hornets a problem. Outside of Brunson and OG, where was everyone else? The effort, the production, the consistency was terrible against a team like Charlotte, who you are better than. It needs to be better. That's not good enough. It's a bad loss, plain and simple. So today, we're breaking down what went wrong in the game, why the Knicks continue to struggle with consistency, and what needs to change moving forward after ahead of a big 2 games coming up against the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. We'll also get into the latest on Miles Deuce McBride and when he's targeting return, plus the drama between Josh Hart and Stephen A. Smith, because there's a lot of questions going around this team right now, and the big question is, what's next for the Knicks? Let's get into it. The Knicks in this game against the Hornets in the first quarter defense was terrible. They would allow 38 points, and they can't keep doing this against teams like this. These rough starts that just end up killing them, and it's just so incredibly frustrating. You can't always play from behind. It's a tough way to play. Let's get into the box scores. OG 17 points. He played pretty well. Cat cannot shoot only 8 shots. Karl-Anthony Towns is too good of a player to shoot only 8 shots. His defense in this game, Cat's defense, was downright horrible. It was terrible. Robinson performed so much better than Cat in this game. So much. Hart was actually really good towards the end of the game. He would have 16 points, 7 from 11 from the field. A great game from him. Not much more you could ask for him. Bridges, fine. He either plays fine or he's terrible. He never gives you anything good out there. Brunson was terrible after the first quarter. He had 13 assists, though. That'll always help you guys. Diawara was average. Robinson was insane. He deserves more minutes. Clarkson was solid. And Alvarado, let me get to this, man. When Deuce McBride comes back to this rotation, if and when, Jose Alvarado does not deserve the minutes anymore. He is not good enough. He hasn't played good enough as a Knick. He has had 2 good games, and he hasn't done anything since. The guy needs to wake up and perform better. Kolek got 6 minutes and did absolutely nothing with those 6 minutes. Way to go. Just an absolutely terrible performance. That can't happen. You can't go on a 7-game winning streak and then say, oh, we're good, we're good. Who did you beat? Who? Because I don't see anyone good in that schedule. Not one team in that stretch was over 500. Not one. Now, tomorrow, this will probably come out on Sunday, but I'm filming this on Saturday. So the Knicks got a big game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder are 30-6 at home. I think that's the best home record or second best behind the Pistons at home in the NBA. They are 58-16. They are incredible. They won the championship last year for a reason. But you can beat them. If you play your consistent basketball and play how what you're capable to, you can beat any team in the NBA. 100%. As let's get to Deuce McBride and Stephen A. Smith and Josh Hart, and then we'll preview these two games coming up. So Deuce McBride has been out since, let's see, the last game he's played. It was January 27th, and he played in a game versus the Sacramento Kings. Deuce McBride is so huge to this team. He was averaging 13 points and shooting 40% from the field, and he is considered questionable to return tomorrow against the Thunder. He could have won Sixth Man of the Year. He was so huge for this team early on in the season, and it'll be so vital and huge if he comes back, and it could change how this team plays and how the postseason goes. As when the bench comes in, it feels like, yeah, they have Shamet shooting, but he's a bit inconsistent, and like Shamet's been injured as of late, but it feels like when this bench comes in, they don't have any 3-point shooters. Like Diawara gets maybe 1 or 2 a game, but it doesn't feel like he gets many shots up. It just feels like they're not a very good shooting team off the bench. Deuce McBride coming back would be huge, and hopefully we can get Deuce being loose. As now to Stephen A. Smith and Josh Hart. I don't know if you guys heard. So Stephen A. Smith started this off by, like, the beef started off by him saying, like, why are you backing up Mikal Bridges? Mikal Bridges has been terrible for you guys. He needs to wake up. And then Josh Hart goes like for me, Stephen A. Smith, he's not, as a part-time Knicks fan, he barely knows half the players on our team. And then Stephen A. Smith said a dumb thing back, like, I know the people that give you your money. When you leave from the Knicks and you're no longer a New York Knicks, I'll still be a Knicks fan. Like, just saying stuff like that. But let's be real. Everyone knows Josh Hart's right. Stephen A. Smith is a fake Knicks fan. The guy can't name half the players on the Knicks. And he acts like he knows everything just for views. All the things he says are for views. He's not real. He's fake. Okay, now to the Knicks Thunder. Knicks this season on the road have been not great. 20-17. And that worries me when it comes to the playoffs. Although last year in the playoffs, the Knicks were one of the best teams in the NBA in the playoffs on the road, as they would be really good. Like, this season it just hasn't felt the same on the road. 20-17, that's not great. It's not great. Shamet's out. He's already been listed out with a knee injury again. Something's up with that. He hasn't played in like a week. It's much more serious than what they've told us then, clearly. That's actually not very good. But Shamet out, Deuce hopefully back. I'm going to be in the building for Knicks Thunder. You got to find a way. Just show some level of consistency in these next 2 games. I'm not saying you have to win. Just win at least one of these. You have to show that you're able to beat these good teams and you're actually good enough and a capable team. I get it. The Thunder are a great team. They won the finals for a reason. Best team in the NBA. Probably going to make the finals, if not repeat again. They're that good. I understand that. But you're capable and good enough, and you've proved it. When you play to your highest level, you can beat any team on the floor. You gotta do that. Be consistent. 8 games left. What are you gonna do? I need to see consistency. This team needs consistency. They need to see themselves play consistently. You need to have a level of consistency heading into the playoffs. Because if you don't have a level of consistency, a few bad games when you're out in the first round like that, it can happen so fast. You can't let that happen. You have to rise to the moment. You got to rise up. Expectations are high for you guys. You guys are expected to make the finals. You don't look like a team at times that can make the finals. You have to always be on your A game. It's the home stretch. Now to the NBA. The Pistons just keep winning without Cade. They're 10-3 without him. It's actually ridiculous. And then the Pacers are trying their hardest to lose every game. Going to get like the number 1 overall pick, and then they're going to be back next year and make the finals. The Nets are also trying the hardest to lose. 10-game losing streak for them. The Hornets are the best 10 seed I've ever seen. And then the Kings are trying to tank as hard as possible. The Jazz rested their starters in the fourth quarter against the Nuggets just to lose. These teams are trying to lose. The NBA has to do something about it. Has to. It's too top heavy. There was a stretch where like the bottom three teams in the Eastern Conference had a combined 38 game losing streak. Both Pacers and Wizards were on 16 and the Nets were on like 6. It's actually ridiculous. The NBA can't let them get away with that. Right now, if this season ended, the New York Knicks would have home court advantage versus the Atlanta Hawks. I wouldn't be that worried. I actually would rather face the Hawks, Raptors, Sixers, Magic, and Heat all more than the Hornets, because the Hornets are much better than the record shows. Like, they've been insane as of late. Of course, they just lost recently, but they're a great team. I think they're very capable and very good. Like, there's only between that 5 and 10 seed, only 2.5 games separate them, so they could easily finish like 6th, end up, just because those spots are so tight. So you never know. But that's my team to like watch out for, Charlotte. But yeah, I mean, Bucks are officially eliminated. Bulls. I mean, the Bucks just need a reset. If I'm them, fire their coach, get rid of Doc Rivers, trade Giannis. If the Knicks do bad to us, but. Yeah. So, Knicks fell to the Charlotte Hornets 114-103 in a disgraceful performance. As we look ahead, Knicks have some big games coming up as the Knicks look to find some consistent ways after a disgraceful loss. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Inside the Arc. Once again, I am Matthew Geller.